Hi, I'm Kimberly Greenwell. Thanks for joining us on your Kentuckiana home. Old Louisville's all decked out for the holidays, and we're going to show you two amazing homes and all their holiday cheer coming up.
Welcome to Your Kentuckiana Home, the only local home show in Kentuckiana. Your Kentuckiana Home is brought to you by Window World of Louisville.
We are at the Conrad Conwell house today with Kate Metter, and it is all decked out for Christmas. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
So tell us about what happens here during the Old Louisville home tour.
So during the Old Louisville home tour, we have between 8 and 10 houses that are open to the public. We are open to the public year-round, so we join in on the festivities. We have many of our rooms decked out with mantles and lights and poinsettias and trees. And during the Old Louisville Holiday Home Tour, we also have our traditional Victorian tea.
So the Holiday Home Tour has been going on for 40 years now?
It's been going on for 40 years.
But the Conrad Conwell house is a piece of Louisville history and has been around for a lot longer than that.
Absolutely. So the house was finished construction in 1895, and it opened as a museum in the early 1990s. So we have been here in Old Louisville, here on St. James Court, and really, active in the community, not only during the holiday season, but year-round as well.
And what's the history of this house?
So the house was constructed between 1892 and 1895. It was built for a gentleman named Theophilus Conrad, who was a very well-to-do businessman. The house is just a mere 10,000 square feet and cost about $35,000 to build, which at the time with inflation, we think was about $1 million. But he owned many properties, owned many businesses, and wanted to showcase his wealth by building what they referred to as Conrad's Castle.
So you guys usually do a theme every year, and with this being the 40th anniversary of the Old Louisville Holiday Home Tour, what are you doing special?
So this year we wanted to pay tribute to the Southern Exposition, which was here on this site from 1882 until 1887. It was a World's Fair one year. It was only supposed to be open for just a mere 100 days, and they had almost 1 million people come to the St. James, what is now St. James in Belgravia, court area, and so they decided to continue it and keep it going for another 5 years. So all of the homes on the home tour this year are homes that sat on that original blueprint. So to help celebrate that, we have an exhibit up on our 3rd floor on the Southern Exposition and some of the industrial expositions that occurred before that. You get to see some great images, some stereo views, some medals that different exhibitors would have won. So it really helps sort of tie in what you're looking at with all these beautiful homes that popped up after the exposition went down.
And there's a little piece of history that's special to Louisville that happened at the Southern Exposition with electricity, if you want to tell us about that.
Absolutely, yes. So one of the reasons why all of these homes were electrified was because this was one of the largest buildings in the country at the time that had electrification. There were about 4,600 Edison bulbs that lit this massive building. They say that there were more bulbs here in Louisville than there were in the city of New York at the time. So all of these homes were able to be electrified because they already had the groundwork laid out for that. And we have some Edison Christmas bulbs that will be on display here in the home during that weekend as well.
So how long did the Conrads live here?
So the Conrads only lived here for about 10 years, so 1895 until about 1905. And then Theophilus passed away, and his widow sold the house to the Caldwells, hence the Conrad Caldwell house connection. They were friends. They both had lived in the neighborhood together. William Caldwell and his wife and their 2 children moved in about 1908. They had spent a few years renovating the home, updating it, much like many new homeowners do after they've purchased a home. They spent a couple years touring Europe and picking up some different European influences. So the home is really dated to about 1908 when the Caldwells moved in, and they lived here for about 35 years. And then it was purchased by the Presbyterian Church and run as a retirement home for Presbyterian widows. And then in the early 90s, they sold the property and it became a museum. Some folks on the St. James Court purchased the home to turn it into a museum and what you see it as today.
And because of Conrad's wealth, the Conrad family wealth, this house already had a lot of the amenities.
Absolutely. So it had indoor plumbing, it had electricity, and it also had an intercom system. So similar to the servant's bell system that you would traditionally see in a home like this, instead it had an intercom system.
And it's very rich home with lots of intricate details.
So the exterior alone is Bedford limestone. It has gargoyles and lovely intricate designs. And then you walk in the house and it has 7 different types of wood, all carved by German master carpenters who lived here in Louisville. And each room is outfitted, with a number of different stunning architectural details.
A lot of people don't know that this part of Louisville, the St. James area, has the largest amount of Victorian homes in the country.
Absolutely. I don't know how many acres we are, but we have many, many homes that are all just as beautiful as this one. But the public is actually able to come into this home and see the space that a lot of private residents get to enjoy on their daily basis.
So tell me a little bit about what they're going to experience when they come to the Victorian tea that you guys have.
So we are celebrating our 10th year of the Victorian tea. And this year we have many more sponsors. So people get to come in, they get to listen to some music, they get to sit in lovely holiday decored rooms. We have some sweets and savories. We also have some tea that was donated by the Louisville Tea Company. So people get to sort of experience a Victorian era tradition, and teas were very popular starting in the Victorian era, sort of a holdover from lunch to dinner. You needed a little mid-afternoon snack, and so people would have teas and some little finger sandwiches and cookies, and so we want people to be able to step back in time and experience a little nosh while they're out and about on their holiday home tour.
And when can people come and enjoy these teas?
So we have 3 seatings, both Saturday and Sunday. The first one is at 11:30, so you can have your tea and then go tour the homes, and then 1:30 and 3:30 as well.
And if you didn't want to go to the tea and you just wanted to tour all these beautiful homes, when can people do that?
Absolutely. So they can do that anytime Saturday and Sunday, December 3rd and 4th from 12 to 6.
Thank you so much for inviting us in today. We've really enjoyed being here. You'll want to come see this house December 3rd and 4th on the Old Louisville Holiday Home Tour. You certainly don't want to miss it. We'll be back with more Your Kentuckiana Home in just a moment.